I can imagine like if TikTok was a thing when that happened, like that would be the number one TikTok.
What? I don't really know what TikTok is, but I heard it's popular.
Do you know what Vine is?
I do.
Okay, that's
That's not a thing
TikTok.
anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
that's today's TikTok.
Oh, gotcha. Do you have TikTok?
I don't. I was all in for Vine, and then they went away, and I said I can't handle another heartbreak, so I'm staying away. In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy. In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy. I call you up and ask you if you like to go with me and see a movie. Welcome everybody to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always hosted by me, Chris. Welcome everybody to episode number 356. I have a wonderful guest today. Of course, if you want to follow me online, you can do that on my Twitter and Instagram. Both are at Casting for Two. And if you like what you hear, feel free to give me a review. Again, this podcast is available on all major services. So however you listen, drop me a review and let me know how I'm doing. And yeah, so I should talk about my guest. I don't have much shop talk or anything to talk about, so I should talk about my guest. My guest is a wonderful singer, songwriter, musician. The one and only Amanda Jordan is on the podcast today, and she is a Canadian country star who now lives in Tennessee, and just such a wonderful person to have chatted with. And I'm so happy to have had the opportunity to chat with her. And you know what? I know I'm just babbling on because I need to stop doing that because we need to get into the episode. So everybody sit back, relax, and Amanda, take it away.
It's great to meet you. I've heard great things. I just followed you on Instagram.
Well, let me just tell you, all those things are lies, and I don't appreciate whoever spreading. No, I'm glad. I'm really excited to chat with you. I love talking with musicians. Musicians always have a special place in my heart, and this is a real loose show where we can chat about anything. But okay. I am curious. In no pressure whatsoever, but this is the most important question that will let me know everything about you. Okay. But again, no pressure, of course. How much sleep do you get?
How much sleep do I get?
Yes.
Not a lot of sleep at all. Okay. I really don't sleep.
Okay. What's like 3 hours, 4 hours?
I would say, 6. Actually, yeah, 6.
Okay.
6 or 7. But I'm a total night owl, so I just I'm always running low on sleep. That's for sure.
Gotcha. In a perfect world, how much sleep is the right amount for you?
I don't know. I think like 8 or 9. I think that's like a healthy amount.
Okay.
So like 6, I'm like a little under, but
In the creative atmosphere, I feel that 6 is the norm for creative people.
Is that what most artists say? 6?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I've only had one person say 3, and I was amazed.
Oh my goodness. How do you function on 3? That's crazy.
Yeah. I have no idea, but yeah, I feel like 6 is norm. Now. When you say you're a night owl, is that because that's when all the musical inspiration hits you, or do you like to go out and do things?
A bit of both. Like, I live in Nashville now, so like, there's a lot of, my friends have a lot of shows, so I like to go support them. But also like when I try to sleep, I just have a hard time. Like that's when all my ideas come and my mind
Mm.
just starts, racing with all these ideas. And, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm not a morning person. Like that's not when I feel most creative.
Mm. Okay. And so when let's go off the your mind racing. When you're
Mhm.
writing a song, is it literally like you with a piece of paper or a computer, or do you need an instrument by you? Like, what's your process?
I usually have a guitar with me when I'm writing. I come up with a melody first. And then I use my phone. Like I always have hooks and stuff in my
Mm.
phone. So yeah, like, I usually have just something that's like, um, kind of hooky in my head that I keep singing over and over. And then, um, I look through all my hooks on my phone and try to figure out what would work best for the chorus. And then I usually start with the chorus first and then, do the verses after.
Okay. Okay. And you mentioned that you now live in Nashville. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Ottawa is where I'm from. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. And now, how has the shift in location affected the your music?
Oh my gosh, it's changed so much. Like I moved here about 7 months ago,
Hmm.
and I feel like I'm not the same person I was. Like I've just been influenced so much by music and like being surrounded by it all the time. I think it's been really great for me. And I recently went home for a couple of shows, and um, my friends and family were like, you've changed so much, like musically, like your sound. Not, I'm not like a different person, but
Yeah.
just my sound is different. And I think, from taking what I can and learning from all these other artists, I think it's helped a lot. So
And when did you first catch the music bug?
the music bug, music has always been a part of my life.
Hmm.
Um, my mom likes to tell this story. When I was like 18 months old, I was singing Patsy Cline in my crib.
Aw.
Um, Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Hmm.
And well, it was my caregiver told my mom that, and she didn't believe her. And then it turned out it was on my nursery rhyme tape. So then I guess after that, my mom was kind of like, oh, like, and then she actually heard me singing it later on that night. So, I mean, I've always been performing and singing. The first song I wrote, I was like 7.
Hmm.
Um, it was a song called It was a song I wrote for my crush, and I wrote it like it was really bad, just like the worst song. It's called "Don't Turn Me Away,"
Hmm.
and I wrote it with my guitar teacher at the time. And yeah, so it's always been like a part of who I am. So yeah.
Are you able to look back at the work that you did, when you were younger, and say, I don't know who this person was, or do you think like, I remember this little person that did this?
This little person. Yeah, like it's interesting to look back on like on songs that I did, because I remember being in that moment and really feeling those emotions,
Hmm.
and where I was at. So it's like it's kind of cool to go back. It's also a little bit like cringeworthy, like
Yeah.
what was I thinking in terms of like um just like my writing and stuff. But it's also cool to like to go back and hear those, because I know how much I've grown since then. And like um yeah, I don't know. It's interesting for sure. And it's, I think, good to go back and listen to that stuff, because it kind of shows where you're at now and where you were then. Um, yeah.
And when did you find your particular style? Was country just something that you immediately latched onto, or?
I grew up listening to country. It was always playing at Nan's house, and
Hmm.
both my grandparents were farmers, so
Mm.
they would listen to tractor, and like it was just always playing like in the kitchen. So that I loved what I was used to, and it just, that's felt like home to me. So, yeah, I love country music. It's just a part of my story. And, I love all music, really. I love pop too.
Hmm.
But in terms of writing, like I love the storytelling of country. Um, yeah, so I've always just kind of gravitated more to kind of pop country.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's always interesting because growing up, I was not surrounded by country music one bit.
Hmm.
So that that jazz music stuff like that, I was just like meh. But then as I'm getting older, I'm going back and I'm listening to more and more artists, and I want to say maybe about 5 years ago, maybe less than that. But I started listening to country just because I was like, obviously there's that country out there that talks about certain things and uh,
Hmm.
like country life and country living and stuff like that. But I just loved how catchy it was, and I think the stuff that you're doing is very catchy, and that's what had me kind of sold. And like, yes, I would like to chat with her. Yes,
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
of course, of course. But it's just always funny how you don't really appreciate this things until you're older. And the point is,
Yeah,
I'm old. I'm getting older, and I'm appreciating jazz and country.
nice. It's good to expand your listening to like, yeah, like sticking to one genre.
Hmm.
Like good music is good music, you know?
Right, right.
Uh,
And I also didn't have that cool, hip, like older uncle to usher me into music stuff. So everything that I listened to was just on the radio, and it was mainly boy bands. So
Boy bands. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm not
So
afraid
what
to admit it.
so what artists do you listen to that
Uh,
are country?
that are country now. There is this great band based out in Austin called Crow and the Boys, and
Oh, okay, I've heard them, yeah.
you've heard it. Like they do funny music, but it's all catchy. And I had the chance to chat with them, and I just thought, man, they're such cool guys, cool people. And so from then on, I was just like, okay, I can dig more into this.
Right. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so right now, since you've moved to Nashville, are you working
Mhm.
on a new album right now, or writing songs for an album?
Yes, I'm getting an EP
Mm-hmm.
together. Hopefully, I'll be releasing that summer of 2020.
Mm.
I'm just writing a lot right now, um, to find a good catalog of songs um, for my EP. So yeah, I'm excited, and I love writing. So I'm just like I'm in my element right now. It's great.
So for you, what does a song have to make it a song that's like, look, I'm going to pursue this and record it, and get musicians behind this.
I love songs with a message,
Mm-hmm.
songs that are different. I tend to write deeper songs with like, about healthy relationships or
Mm.
um, I wrote a song for a little girl down my road with CCHS, and I think that using music as a tool to support um, issues and support
Mm.
people, I think that's really great. And yeah, so I really try to do that with my songs. With this single, "Driving in the Dark,"
Mm.
it's just meant to be a fun kind of like feel good song that you can listen to, driving in your car. Um, so, you can write the fun songs or deeper songs. I tend to write a lot of sad songs. So I'm happy that I released this upbeat song that people can really jam along to.
And when you play live shows, is there out of the songs that you are complete, is there one that you look forward more to playing in front of people?
Ooh, that's a good question. There definitely is. I have songs that I gravitate towards more.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. I um I wrote this song called it's one of my latest songs. It's called Pretty Girl,
Hmm.
and I wrote it with Abram Dean and Carly Page, and it's kind of about like stereotypes that people make based on appearances.
Mm.
And um, the hook is you're way more than pretty girl,
Hmm.
and it's we wrote it for a guy to sing, or maybe a duet. So when I perform it, I just say pretend I'm a guy singing this, but I really I love singing it, and I love the message behind it. I think it's different and cool. So I hope someone cuts it. Maybe that would be awesome.
Nice. And so if you could collaborate with any musician living, I have to say living, who would you pick?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say, let me think. Um, Shane McAnally. I would really love to
Mm.
collaborate with him. He's a writer though, but if I could write with anybody, it would be him.
Hmm.
Um, in terms of artists, I would love to collab with probably Caitlin Smith. I think she's
Mm.
really cool. She's her writing is crazy good, and her live show is great too.
Nice, nice. And how long have you been doing some like gigs and stuff like that, live performances?
I've been performing since I was in high school.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
well, I did little shows. I was like 5 and 6. Like my mom would put me in these competitions, but I really started taking music more seriously when I auditioned for. I was like 15. I auditioned for a competition called Ottawa Idol,
Mm.
um, and I was always like very shy, and I wasn't expecting um, to make it when I auditioned for this competition, but I made top 10, and I I think that's when I really started to take it more seriously and have more fun with it. Um,
Gotcha.
so yeah, and then I do a lot of shows in Nashville. I perform for Song Suffragettes,
Mm.
which is a great girl group. We perform at the Listening Room. Um, and yeah, like a lot of writers rounds, which is great. It's great
Nice.
practice, you know. Hmm.
I went to school in Victoria, British Columbia, and
Okay.
this was at the time, the height of American Idol being a popular thing, and I mean it's still popular, but I mean this was like super popular. Um,
Right.
and I was surprised that the provinces would put on these their own idols, because I remember talking to my buddy. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to at the time it was like Vancouver Idol," and I was just,
Oh,
what? Yeah, yeah, and
that's
I
kind
was
of cool.
I had no idea what he was talking about, and I was like, well, I mean, they shoot that in America, like American Idol, you mean? And no, and I thought that was so cool, and then he was the one telling me, no, every province kind of does their own thing, and I was just like, oh, but yeah,
Mhm.
I can't imagine all the local talent that came out of that, and well, obviously, I mean, you're proof that there's a lot of
Yes.
talent out there.
Thank you. Yeah, I think those things are really good. Like, and in Canada, we definitely, I think we need more music competitions and stuff like that
Hmm.
because there's so much talent, and it's too. I wish we still had Canadian Idol. I don't think that's a thing anymore, but I wish it was. I think we have Factor, or no, not Factor. The Launch. That's a new show
Oh, okay.
in Canada too. But yeah.
Okay. And the reason why I was asking you if you did a lot of gigs is because on the podcast, if there's one thing I enjoy, it's a horror story.
Okay.
And I'm curious, do you have any gig horror stories?
Oh, gig horror stories. Um, you know, I fell one time
Uh,
going up the stairs. I was wearing heels.
hmm
I don't even remember what event it was. I think I just blocked this from my memory entirely. It was so bad. And I tried to I did like a really, I fell. I did like an awkward like wave when I when I tried to get back up and just
Yeah.
make it look like it was all okay, but it actually hurt quite a bit.
Oh,
Um, and I cannot walk in heels, so now I'm like super conscious of that when I do perform. I'm better at it now and I'm
mhm.
more careful, but I'm very like aware when I step onto a stage.
Right. It's just okay, little steps, and I'm not no stairs. Little steps, no stairs.
No stairs for me. No.
There we go. There we go. It'd be funny if you tucked and rolled, and then I think the wave would have worked.
Yeah, people would have started clapping. It would have been a surprise for sure.
I can imagine like if TikTok was a thing when that happened, like that would be the number one TikTok.
What I don't really know what TikTok is, but I heard it's popular.
Do you know what Vine is?
I do.
Okay, that's
That's not a thing
TikTok.
anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, it
that's
is.
that's today's TikTok.
Oh, gotcha. Do you have TikTok?
I don't. I was all in for Vine, and then they went away, and I said I can't handle another heartbreak, so I'm staying
Okay,
away.
gotcha.
So that's just me. But for the people at home who would like to follow you online, catch a show, or listen to your music, where can they do all that?
So you can find me at amandajordanmusic.com. That's my website. And then Amanda Jordan Music is my Instagram and Facebook. Um, yeah, all my stuff is on my website. All my upcoming shows are there too, so you can check that out. And yeah, I use Instagram more than Facebook, but
Mm,
I try to be active on all of that good stuff. And I'm starting to be more active on Twitter. So
there you go. There you go. Amanda, I had a really fun time chatting with you, and I really do love the music that you're coming up with. And anytime you want to come back
thank
on
you.
and promote anything, just let me know. All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. But I'll let you go do creative things or chill. I don't know. It's lunchtime. I don't know. Food time. I don't,
I'll go. I'm gonna go right.
there. Okay. You know what?
So,
It's right time. So I'll let you go do that.
okay. Thanks a lot for having me, Chris.
Thank you. I have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.